the stream, everybody. I had a connection failure, so hopefully that won't happen again. Hopefully you'll get back in and forgive me. And oh, my screen's frozen. No, it's not. I'm stuck on the timer. Does it say 16 seconds left?
No, we're going into a lobby, but...
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm in the lobby now. It's just connection issues. Right, sorry about that, everybody. Hopefully you'll get back in the stream. Hopefully you'll find the stream, because we might have another issue.
As there was some replacements mid-event, XL Lando goes in and FRL Jordy.
People who are joining, I am terribly sorry what happened. Can you share this? Can you share the stream about and let people know what happened? I had a connection failure and it never happens. I apologise for that. Well, it does happen, but not all the time. So apologies for that. And looks like a misty one then for the USA short qualifying, one-shot qualifying. It only does it when I'm in this eSport. He did it 2 weeks ago, and it only does it for this.
Well, that's a conspiracy theory for us. Yeah, quite cloudy over Austin, so this might potentially go into the race.
Can you
imagine if we had a race?
Can you send me an invite, please? Another one, because I don't know. So this game's just absolutely terrible. Yeah, look at that. Can someone send me an invite, please? Again, I mean, I need to leave. Oh, I'm gonna quit the main menu because nobody's name's popping up for me, and that's never popped up as well. There's something going wrong. Something's going wrong tonight.
Well, just try to commentate over it. Going in at the end of Sector 1 is Kazizel on top, FRL Chapelele second, and Zach in third, while Cree goes into third briefly, but Zario goes into fourth. FRL Chapelele is in first. Dreaming to go, you have joined now.
I'm not in the actual thing. I'm in the load screen, mate. Just
okay.
You can continue.
Chapelele still on top. I won't really commentate over the turns because you don't really see them. Excel Lando, he goes up to third for a brief period of time. He's down to fourth, so the substitute doing really good. Jordy, also another late joiner into this session, he's in third. But Chapelele keeping it in first position throughout the whole lap. And I think that might be him on pole position. Yes, it is, by 0.2 of a second. So a really good qualifying from Chapelele at Austin, Texas. It was Zach in second, Jordy in third. I just didn't quite catch the rest of the grid.
Right, so there it is. Chapelele first, Zach in second place, the FRL replacement in third place, Lando in fourth, Job Pierre is in fifth place, Mike in sixth, Zario in seventh, Louis for MNT is down in eighth place, Ginger ninth place, Kilcree 10th place, Obi-Twan in 11th, Nathan in 12th place, Gary in 13th, Smash in 14th, Sneaky in 15th, and there was 4 disqualifications, including Kazizel. So Kazizel, who won the last race, has been disqualified, so we've got a lot of work to do, along with Symbolics, J-Call, and Cookie Games too. So Cookie Games not really having two good qualifier sessions, so he needs to improve that. So does Ryan down in 20th place. So 2 replacements who've joined, which is Lando and Geordie. They're in 3rd and 4th, so good job from them.
And now, your predictions for the race?
If Chapelele doesn't make any mistakes, I'd say he will win.
I have a feeling one of the substitutes will. Maybe Lando. I have a feeling Chapelele will just spin it. There's a lot of low speed corners around this track, so he might just lose the back end and maybe not go off into a wall, as there's a lot of runoff here at Kota, but he'll definitely spin.
I hope not. Hopefully not.
I mean, I might have just given him the commentator's curse, but the other way around.
No, he's a good. You know he's a quick driver, but makes crappy mistakes. Bless him.
Yeah. Like, he is really fast, as you said, but just he really has caught out those mistakes if he wants to be consistent.
I bet that's what other drivers love about Chapelele. They know he makes mistakes, so they just wait for him to make mistakes and gain from that. But if it's the perfect day for Chapelele, he's unstoppable. Trust me.
Well, it's not really a perfect day tonight, as he did spin in Monza. Well, he lost to Ascari. Surprisingly, it was a fast corner. It's not a low-speed corner where you can easily lose the traction, but you can still lose it at Ascari.
I'll read out the entire information. So Obiton downwards, barring one driver like we saw in Monza, on the medium tyres. Kizito, last race winner, is on the soft compound tyres, just like Cookie Games won. And surprisingly, Cookie Games didn't go on the soft compound tyres, he went on the mediums this time. So Kizito on the sauce needs a good start and try and overtake those medium runners and make his way up through the field as quick as he can before it's too late for him. If he's behind the medium runners, it won't do him any favours because that would just ruin his strategy completely. So last race winner, under pressure down in 16th place. Symbolics as well. Obiton's done a better qualifying. Who else has done a better qualifying? Lando's left the session. Lando had a good qualifying too. Geordie's had a good qualifying. Droppier down in 5th place had amazing qualifying. Louis down in 8th place. Kilcree down in 10th place. He was 17th in the last race. Hopefully get a better result as what's happened further back. We've got a stopped car, a stationary car. And that is... who is that? That is it's Lando, the driver that left.
I mean, I have no idea why the AI is stopping like that, but...
AIs are just do their own thing basically, just not really...
Yeah. But soon we will be lining up on the grid as Lando joins back into the session. It will be 14 laps around the 5.5 kilometer circuit, or else 3.4 mile circuit if you prefer it in miles.
I prefer miles.
Aha, British people completely use the metric, don't they?
So, do you use kilometers?
Yeah.
But you're British too, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Oh, never mind.
I am not at all British. So yeah.
Just waiting for one more driver, which is right into a lineup on the grid, then we'll go for the USA Grand Prix. Zach has the inside line down its tail. If you get a good start, I try to overtake him like Hamilton did on Rosberg in 2015. There was a wet race back in 2015 as well. Raikkonen did it on Lewis Hamilton in 2018. He started on the ultra soft tyres compared to Hamilton's super soft.
Yeah, it's an uphill braking here, so it's going to make it easier for the drivers to brake late, and that's some good news for overtaking opportunities.
On the way for round 3 of the USA Grand Prix. Who's got a better start? Will it be Zach or will it be Chapelele? Apparently Lando's in first, which is not. And Chapelele covers the inside line down into turn 1. And they're all ghosted down there, so makes contact. Lando's AI is causing problems and it's making me go on board with the wrong people. Anyways, second place goes to Geordie, so FRL has got themselves into first and second. Third place goes to Zach and his teammates behind him too. Droppier down in 5th place, Mike is down in 6th place, Louis is in 7th ahead of Zario, and Ginger is currently down in 8th place. Looks like Zario tried to go for it on Louis, but it was quite a tight through there, as we've got Obiton down in 9th place, who started in 11th, so he's made himself in the top 10, as we've got side by side action going on from Mike and Droppier as well. So they go side by side coming out of turn 9, and there is Zach ahead of them. Let's go side by side as we've got yellow flags in the background. Now it's Gary probably, because it says he's down in last place, so he might have a spin down there, as we've got Mike going side by side. He's going to go around the outside of Droppier, and he has got himself up, not yet, because they still go side by side into the next sequence of corners. This is my favourite part of the track. He tries to squeeze him out, but can't quite do it, And Mike is... Oh, no, he isn't.
For a move down the inside. They're still going side by side. I'm really respectful here. But Mike gets the move through the triple right-hander.
It's got massive understeer through there, and look at Droppier trying to fight back. He's gone off the track, has Mike. Will he allow Droppier to get back at him down at the last corner? No, he hasn't. He locks up into the last corner. There's Droppier, still side by side. Almost gone side by side throughout nearly the whole lap, as Droppier settles back in to whatever position he's in, because it doesn't say. But he's going to go down the inside of Mike into turn 1, and he has done, but might try and go for a switchback. He hasn't got a better exit.
You just can't do it. Going into the S section, it's Droppy in front of Mike.
I do believe it's an FRL 1, 2, 3 because of Zach, Geordie and Chapelele. So FRL are really had a good race at the moment. First, second and third. Geordie joining in the second race, replacing Young Power, I believe, because Young Power is not here for this second race. So Gary has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. He's having a terrible race. Down in last, he did score points. We've got yet another yellow flag down there, and that is Ryan, who's just spun. So both XL drivers not having a good race. We've got midfield action between Cookie Games and Sneaky, going side by side. J. Cole is right there too. Don't go in the middle, mate. That could have gone a lot worse. And J. Cole's got down the inside of one of them. In fact, Cookie Games has lost his front wing. That's why he's dropping. And Lando's overtaken him as well. Lando, who started P4, is up into 16th place. Cookie Games going to lose a lot, so he's not having a good race either. And there's Kizizzle. Kizizzle has made up a lot of positions from 16th to 10th already on 2 laps. So he's on the move, on the charge after starting down there. And he's right behind Kilcree. Kilcree didn't score any points in the last race. And now, oh, he's at the back of him. Thankfully he's got no front wing damage, if not minor. And he's going to pull out alongside him, and it should be an easy move. But he's going to stay side by side with him as we go up into turn 1 off uphill corner. And he makes his move up into 9th place.
Really great overtake from him, pretty easy. And that's him into 9th place.
Obiton has got a 3-second penalty. Not good, considering it's only the 3rd lap. Let's see how Kaziza will do then, how he progresses his way through the field. He's up into 9th place after starting down in 16th. The man on the move, and let's see how he does then. Will he try and go for the undercut like other drivers did back in the Italian Grand Prix? And they have DRS on this straight, so looks like Louis close enough to Mike. Those two are fighting throughout the whole first lap. It was Droppier versus Mike, and now Louis is about to take Mike on. Down the inside he goes, both brake late, both locking up, and Louis has got past Mike. Will Mike try and fight around the outside? No, he does not, and Louis stays in 5th place.
And Mike tried to look for it, but it just didn't work out, so Louis didn't leave him space around the outside. And great defending from Louis to keep that 5th position.
So Chapelele then has a 1.5 second gap. As long as you don't make mistakes, he should be very...
goes into the pits, along with Zario.
So 2 VER drivers are in the pits. I really hope that it gets double stacked, which they don't, thankfully. Sometimes it can put you into the same pit box because not really teammates, are we? Might have the same car design, but they're not really teammates, so it could end up that way. Early pit stop means they'll rejoin down in 17th and 18th, and they'll should have clear air. And he's 9.2 seconds behind Gary. Gary's fighting Smash down in 17th, 15th and 16th as well. I don't think none of these will respond yet. And we've got Zach with DRS on Geordie. Chapelele's... Oh, Geordie with having traction issues coming out of there. And Chapelele, the gap went from 1.5 to 2.3, so he's absolutely pulling away. He's flying at the moment. Like I said, as long as he don't make any mistakes, he should win this race very easily. And Geordie's under pressure from Zach.
Further down the grid, it's Lando going on a move on Nathan. For a move on Nathan. They're still going side by side through the second hairpin. And Lando makes a move. And he gets up to P11 after a disappointing start.
Further back, Sneaky overtook J. Cole. Further back them is Smash versus Gary. Gary goes down the inside. Both make contact. And Gary makes his up into 15th place as Chapelele is in the pits for his first pit stops. Meanwhile, Zach's in the pit stops too, as long with Droppy. We've got a lot of cars coming in, and one of them almost dropped it, which was Kazizel, almost dropped it at the entry to the pit lane. And thankfully he didn't. So the people that started the medium now should take first place, which was Obitwan. Obitwan having that 3-second tyre penalty. And further in front we've got Lando versus Symbolics fighting for third place, sorry. Symbolic stays ahead of Lando. Lando tried it in turn 1 but couldn't do it.
I just wanted to mention the strategy. Unlike Monza, these drivers spin really early, lap 4 onto 5. So they are struggling a lot more on tyre wear, and there might be a very interesting finish to the Grand Prix, especially with the drivers who tried to go for an undercut. I think it was Mike and Zario.
Mike and Zero currently down in 13 to 40. They both managed to jump Louis. They were fighting him earlier as Lando overtakes Symbolics, who was a sitting duck on the straight, had no chance to defend from that one. So Lando up into 3rd place, and further back J. Cole. Oh, who was that? That was Sneaky, almost went into the back of J. Cole. I think he just misjudged his braking there. Oh, who Ginger has smashed into the wall, and he was collected by somebody. I couldn't quite see who it was. There's a driver off the track. Louis off the track. So yeah, he's lost his front wing. So they both smashed into the wall together, but the one that survived is Louis, and that's ruined Ginger's day. I just saw it in the background. Ginger just looked like he turned right. I didn't see Louis behind him, and that's ruined his chances of scoring any points, those two. And there's no safety car because I don't think the safety car's even turned on. So Obitwan takes the lead of this race. Geordie will rejoin. Where will he rejoin? Should be behind Chapelele. If not, Zach should get ahead of him. There is Geordie coming out of the pits, and he has rejoined ahead behind Chapelele. But look at that, they went side by side. And Geordie just managed to get ahead of Zach. I didn't even know he was alongside him until I went on board with him. I tried to find Zach, but I couldn't see him because he was around the outside of Geordie, and Geordie stays ahead. Almost got undercut by Zach down there. And Louis is in the pits.
Up ahead, Gary, he will have DRS on Sneaky on the next straight, so that might be no overtake by Gary. He will now open DRS. He is in the slipstream of Sneaky, and Sneaky's just a single docky. Lets Gary pass, and has Gary up into 4th position.
What else we got further? We've got Zach trying to fight Geordie, can't do it down there. Zario on the back of Mike, both VR drivers. We've got Kazizel down in 12th place. So Kazizel rejoined behind Zario and Mike. I think these two should work together instead of fighting each other, otherwise they'll cost themselves time to Kazizel behind. And they didn't undercut. Oh, Mike, be careful, mate. They didn't undercut Droppy either. Okay, he pitted a lap before. But look at Zario, and he has got past Mike. So I think those two should work together and follow each other instead of fighting each other. We've got more drivers in the pits. We've got Sneaky, we've got Gary, and there's one more. We've got Lando in the pits, mediums to softs, softs to medium. Sorry, Obitwan's going from mediums to softs, and he's going to be fighting with Lando, and he gets ahead of Lando. So he's on the soft compound tyres, which is an advantage compared to Lando's mediums, so it should help him for a few laps. And Mike's struggling on traction coming out of the heavy traction zones, so it all should be sorted. We've got J. Cole leading the race as well. He will be pitting soon. He started on the tyres. They're the tyres he started on at the beginning of the race, so that's the pit. And he's currently in 1st. Chapelele down in 2nd place. Geordie in 3rd ahead of Zach. I wonder if those two will start fighting or just settle it for 2nd and 3rd, because I believe they're in the same team. Kazizel, we've got Zario down in 6th with Mike.
No, they're really close to each other, and Kazizel might make the move, but Mike does have the slipstream and DRS on Zario, so it'll make it difficult for Kazizel to go for an overtake, and he's too far back to Mike, and he will stay back in 8th position.
This is not a drivers' championship, this is the constructors' championship, so there's no point fighting and tripping over each other. They should work together to get as many points as they can for the constructors. We've got Sneaky versus Cookie down in 15th and 16th. They're out to the point, so they can just fight if they want to. And J. Cole's in the pits for his first pit stop, so let's see where he rejoins, going from mediums to softs. And Chapelele retakes the lead of this race. He should win this race easily. As long as he don't make any mistakes, he should win. Makes mistakes, then he will rejoin. He'll cost him a lot of points like he did in Monza.
Chapelele really controlling the race. 2.6 second gap to FRL Jordi, which is quite a big gap considering it's 25% race. And Zach within the RS range of Jordi.
Yep, he is.
Through that section, and he might go for a move, maybe not here, but definitely into turn 1 if he keeps closing down that gap.
Mike under massive pressure from Gazizzle 2 behind him. I think Xavier should help Mike by allowing him to stay in his DRS and slipstreaming. It'll be difficult for Gazizzle to get past, but he's right behind Mike. Looks like Xavier's pulling away. And they're both roughly on the same amount of ERS as well as Mike and Gazizzle. And doesn't
Just
do it down
them,
here.
It's Symbolics going for a move on Kilcree.
Ooh.
And he makes the move, still going side by side though. He locks up a little, he pushes Kilcree wide, and he leaves the space down the inside for him. But that Symbolics up into 8th position. Kilcree losing his back end a lot, and that leaves Obi-Wan with an opportunity to go down the inside as Kilcree lets Nathan pass.
Yeah, that was his teammate, so I expect him to let him pass. What's wrong with Kilcree? Looks like he's struggling out of traction zone. He's got Lando behind him too. So Kilcree...
Oh, they make contact!
What the hell was that? Lando calls it. Lando just smacked into the back of Kilcree.
And Lando is in the pit as he has front wing damage.
Lando wasn't really paying attention, just straight hit him in the back.
Well, Kilcree, he did have a significantly less pace as he did let Nathan past.
Gazizzle right on the back of Mike's tail. Mike has dropped out of DRS range. This could be much more easier for Gazizzle. So I think Zorio's trying to catch up to Dropia now, and Dropia's in the DRS range of Zach and Jordi. So I think Zario wants to fight him instead of letting his teammate have the DRS and slipstream. He's under pressure massively from Gazizzle. How much will he defend?
Like a lot, but Gazizzle with a huge speed advantage, and that's him into 6th position, and Zario now potentially will be under pressure from Gazizzle.
Indeed. Obi-Wan versus Symbolic, so both on the soft compound tyres, but Obi-Wan carrying some weight with him because he's got a 3-second tyre penalty. They both got Nathan right behind him. Nathan down in 10th place. J. Cole down in 11th. He's on a brand new set of softs because he's just pitted, so he'll be on the chart for scoring some good points. We've got Kilcree, who lets his other teammate go in the exact same spot as the last lap. I wonder if he's carrying some damage, Kilcree, and not bothering to pit because he'll lose a lot of time. Looks like he really is struggling. How old is his tyres? 3 laps old. It shouldn't be too bad. He hasn't got any damage. I wonder if it's just a setup. He really is struggling. And Sneaky's right behind him too. And he'll try and make a move down into turn 1. And he does. Down the inside he goes into turn 1, and he gets himself up into 13th place. Kilcree's got to watch out for Cookie Games.
Kilcree back on the attack, trying to get closer to Sneaky. And Sneaky just pulls away there, but Kilcree not looking very strong, and he's also on a harder compound tyre compared to the rest of the field around him. So he's at a real big disadvantage here.
Meanwhile, battle for second place between Zach and Jordi. Zach is closing in on Zach. I wonder if he's just waiting for the last lap to arrive to go for it, not use his EOS, because he's got Dropia behind him too. And they were both in the different teams. So Zach, is he in FRL? I think he's with Dropia. So I thought Zach was FRL, but he's not. So it's a FRL 1-2. So Zach's in Dropia's team, and I believe that is. Let me go check.
I think Zach and Dropia are in the same team.
Is it XL Racing Team? Let me go on board.
I want to say QVR.
QVR. Let me go on board with one of the XL drivers. Nope, it's definitely not. It is QVR. So QVR has got. Oh, who's that? Who's that getting past? There's Obi-Twan versus Symbolics, and Obi-Twan's got himself up to 8th place. So you're right. They're QVR drivers. I didn't know Zach was in QVR. I thought he was in FRL. Because he's so.
He's an FRL driver.
Who?
Kazizul.
I'm going ball with him. Yeah, I think he is an FRL driver.
So I was right.
Yeah, you were right. So I think FRL still in the lead as Kaziza won that race.
It's definitely looking like an FRL with a 1-2.
XL, I mean, Zach almost dropped it at the exit there.
So FRL looking really strong, and they might just get the championship win. But now Mike goes for an overtake on Kazizul, and really close between them two. And
come on, Mike. Come on, Kazizul.
He locks up. Bit of archie between them two. Mikey now. Will he go around the outside? Yes, he tries to. Still.
Oh, Kazizul's got a penalty as well. So has Louis down in. Where is he? 19th place. Louis takes the fastest lap of the race as he's on a brand new set of softs. So, close battle between Kazizul and Mike. Mike's caught up and we've got yellow flags down where? Sector 1 it says. And that's Louis getting out of the way.
Mike now going for a move, and Kazizul trying to go for the switchback. Doesn't really work out, and Kazizul stays ahead of him for another lap.
Wait! Oh!
What happened there? He was going really
Who's
slowly.
that? That's Louis. He almost drove into the back of him. I don't know what Kazizul was doing. I don't think he got an illegal overtake. There's no way he could have. As we've got Zach versus Geordie then. This is lap 12 out of lap 14, folks. 2 laps to go. And this is the battle for second place between FRL and QVR. And Dropier's behind them too. And looks like Geordie's a sitting duck on the straight, which he is. Trying to pull out the slipstream. And he's got no EOS to play with, so he needs to be careful for Dropier. And that's FRL still on the podium, but Dropier's in close pursuit as well, as Symbolics has got past Obi-Twan for 8th place as Mike gets ahead of Kazizul. He already did, so Symbolics and Obi-Twan looking to fight Kazizul. Bringing along Nathan as well.
This is in a really big VR sandwich right now. Two VR drivers ahead of him and 2 behind him, so as there's more yellow flags in sector 1 and 2.
Witnessing a good fight between Gary and Cookie Games as well down in 40, 50. They worked side by side, and Gary got himself up into 14th place. He's got Kilkey behind him too. What is Orlando doing? And what's Louis doing too?
And Smash and Sneaky on my screen, they had a little bit of contact, and now Sneaky will try to go for an overtake on Smash. And will he make it? No, he doesn't. He stays back.
Some dodgy stuff going on. We've got yellow flags everywhere. Yellow flags mean that is Lando as well. Yellow flags mean you can't overtake, so really hope it's not in the most crucial parts of the track, as Zach actually pulled away from Geordie in the first sector, with Geordie being in the turbulent air, so he dropped back from Zach. Needs to keep an eye on Dropier and Zario down in 5th place as well.
Dropier, he's too far behind Geordie, so he won't be going for an overtake on him, and Kazizul, he is too far away from Mike. So the DRS train is really helping the VR drivers, but Kazizul now, he'll try to go for an overtake on Mike around the outside. He just doesn't make the move sick. He can't go for it. He goes for a dive down the inside. They make a little bit of contact.
Oh, come on, lads.
Mike. Now, 3.
That's not a good thing to do. Go 3 wide. Come on, Mike. Come on, Symbolics.
Not the widest move from Symbolics, is because Kazizul just decides to yield, and he's back down to 7th.
Yep.
Symbolics really putting the pressure on the FRL driver, losing the back end a little now. He might get ahead of Kazizul in a few laps. Well, not in a few laps.
Oh, down the inside goes Symbolics and try and get both of them.
Oh, they make contact. Oh, this is just a kerfuffle here.
This
I'm
is the
really
last
not
lap.
sure
This
what's
is the last lap. Nathan's in the points as well, as he went from 11th to 8th. So Nathan and Obi-Town's dropping back, and who's that? That is Lando. Needs to get out of the way. He's a back marker. What is he doing? Don't need to fight. Come on, Lando, get out of the way, mate. You're a back marker for a
Zizzle
reason.
makes more contact with Obi-Wan and he loses the back end after hitting the rear of Obi-Wan, and he loses the position to J. Cole.
That'd be really frustrating to see a back marker. But look at Drop here then on Geordie. Geordie's got barely in any ERS as we come into the heavy braking zone. Drop here goes down the inside. They both brake late, and Geordie stays ahead. And this is the last lap as well, so it was Droppier's last chance to try and take the podium. I think he should have been a bit more aggressive than that. Might be regretting that later, but last lap, what's going on further behind? Nothing much now, it's all settled down. That's got off the track is Lando. And here is Chapelele at the final corner, who wins the USA Grand Prix after retiring at the Monza GP. Last time out, Zach will come home to finish in second place, Geordie in third place, Droppy in fifth, Zario in sixth, Mike will come home to finish in sixth place, Symbolics will finish in seventh, Nathan with a penalty in eighth, Obi-Wan finishes in 10th place, Kazizzle outside the points, Smash will finish in 12th place, Gary will finish in 13th place, Cookie Games will finish in... Look at Sneaky versus Kilcree for 15th place. Sneaky finishes in 15th at the Kilcree. Here comes Ryan, who finishes in 17th place and last across the line, but not least. I know it's actually Louis who's last across the line. Louis, after making contact with Ginger, both went to the wall together. Ginger came out, Louis came out of it alive, but Ginger retired from the session. Lost his wheel, and Louis lost all of his front wing as he slides through there.
Oh, we're just waiting for Louis to finish off his lap. Not sure if he's going for a hot lap, but he takes the IndyCar route through the second last corner. And through the line now, he picks up a 3-second time penalty.
That is it for the USA and Monza GP. I hope you all had a good race. I hope you all enjoyed yourself as well. It was good racing from the Italian GP all the way to the USA Grand Prix too. So hope you all enjoyed that, and I apologise about the connection issues. Hopefully it won't happen again. It shouldn't happen. It barely happens, but I just want to apologise for it. And I'll read you the results again. So Chapelele wins ahead of Zach. A good race for FRL. Zach in second place for QVR. Dropier in fourth place ahead of Zario. Mike in sixth ahead of Symbolics. J. Cole in 8th place. Despite starting 17th, he finished in 8th. What an amazing result for J. Cole in 8th place. Well done. Nathan in 9th place, and he started 12th. Obi-Wan finishing in 10th place. Kazizzle in 11th. He wanted some points, but unfortunately couldn't get it. Smash in 12th. Gary in 13th. Cookie Games in 14th, Sneaky 15th, Kilcree 16th, Ryan 17th, Louis 18th, XL Lando 19th, and our early retirement, which was Ginger, who made a crash, who had a collision with Louis. What's your opinions on the race?
It was a really interesting race. Some drivers could be a little bit more aggressive, especially at the end. I think it was Drop A going for a move on Geordie. But if I'm not mistaken, it's FRL who won the championship, and VR came second.
So, was that the last race?
Yes, it was.
Oh, that's a shame. I didn't know it was the last race. Right then, so thank you for a good last race. I believe FRL won the championship. GG FRL, and thank you for letting me commentate along with a cat named Minty.
I think you had to double check that.
See you all later. Goodbye and have a good night, and wish you all a good Christmas too. Hope you all have a good Christmas and stay safe.